Hey, what's going on? You know who it is, you know what it is. All right, you guys, going for a quick little run, power walk, whatever the fuck you want to call it, before I jump in the ride and head to work. But man, let me put something out there, man, and this is the honest to God truth. You know, everybody is talking about the Keith Thurman fight, the semi-controversy surrounding in this shit, whether you agree with the scoring. The 7th round ticket made a very interesting video that Josito Lopez should have got the KO of Keith Thurman. That's a very interesting point. But I'm going to say this much. I know there's somebody watching, and he should seriously consider fighting Keith Thurman, and that's Floyd Mayweather. If I was Floyd Mayweather, I would seriously consider coming out of retirement and fighting Keith Thurman. I think Floyd could beat Keith Thurman. Not with ease, but I think Floyd could outpoint Keith Thurman and beat him on the cards. I never believed that Floyd ducked Keith Thurman. I believe if they would have fought 6 years ago, Floyd would have beat him. They would have fought 3 years ago, Floyd would have beat him. They would have fought last year, Floyd would have beat him. And I believe Floyd could come out of retirement and beat Keith Thurman. And I think if he did that, that would make the anticipation in case he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao even more. I would steal the spotlight from Manny Pacquiao. Because while you got some idiots here making videos saying that if Manny Pacquiao fights Keith Thurman and beat him, his career is better than Floyd. Why? Based off what? I mean, come on, man. Let's be serious, man. It's a difference, man, between voicing your opinion, but then you sitting up on here catering to a certain audience because you trying to get views. And you could just tell some of these dudes just say this shit because they want views and all that type of shit. But I think Floyd, at 42, could still beat Keith Thurman. Because I'll put it out there. I think if Keith Thurman fights Manny Pacquiao, I think Keith Thurman could be ahead on the cards, and I think he could get caught, and I think he could get stopped. I'm going to be honest with you. They might have would have stopped the fight if that was Manny Pacquiao. Because Keith Thurman did seem to be out on his feet, but he recovered. He didn't clinch. He didn't start throwing punches till like almost the end of the round. And a lot of times referees might have like said, you know what, okay, but due to the fact Keith Thurman did get dropped, I think that saved him. Now that referee Steve Willis, he was ready to pull the trigger too. I think Steve Willis sometimes gets a little bit ahead of himself sometimes. I think he act like people come to see him like Joe Cortez did. You know, not to mention Steve Willis is a part-time comedian also when he ain't refereeing fights. But I'm glad Steve Willis did call a halt to the fight, even though he could have. But Keith Thurman, I just never saw Keith Thurman like stumble back. He was wobbly. He was very wobbly. But I feel like you got to at least get dropped, you know. So he did, I guess, the right thing. Now, as far as the Gerald Washington fight, I'm going to talk about that in a separate video because I really want to rehash on that about referees' jobs and shit. You know what I'm saying? But real talk, Floyd Mayweather should seriously consider coming out of retirement and fighting Keith Thurman. But we already know the Floyd haters would say, oh, well, Keith Thurman looked bad, you know, because with Floyd, they will find any excuse. They won't give him his credit no matter what, because the media is designed to basically, you know, diminish a black fighter's record or his accomplishment at all costs. Because like I said before, you never hear people critiquing Joe Kazagi's undefeated record or Ricardo Lopez or Rocky Marciano. But when it comes to Floyd, you know, it's the well-but shit. And I get tired of it. And a lot of people get mad at me because I keep exposing this bullshit. And I'm going to continue to do it. Truth got to be said. That's why they would never have me on a segment of First Take. I would never be on any of those mainstream fake boxing shows, because the truth would come out. One thing people hate is for you to tell the truth and bring up racism when it clearly exists among boxing, and in particularly with the black fighters. You see the shit that I get. You see what happens. You see the heat that I get. You see the heat Dante get. You see the heat Blue Blood get. You see the heat that a lot of us get when we talk about certain fighters and certain aspects of boxing. So, I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. And I'm not going to change my content for nobody. You don't like what the fuck I have to say, get the fuck off my channel and don't come back. Or I'll fix it to where you can't come back. Or I'll have one of my moderators fix it to where you can't come back. I mean, it's your fucking choice. But I saw enough to tell me that if Floyd was really serious, because Floyd still has his reflexes. That Japanese dude, he was toying with him. Floyd was laughing at that dude. He was toying with Conor McGregor also. I think if Floyd really trained and was serious, I think he would do a number on Keith Thurman. And I think he could beat Keith Thurman right now. And I stand by that. I'm not worried about no Keith Thurman fans being mad and shit. I'm just telling the truth. I think he could come out of retirement right now. And I would consider that if I was Floyd Mayweather. Because I think Keith Thurman is a serviceable opponent for Floyd Mayweather. And then that would shut a lot of the Keith Thurman fans up that think that Floyd Mayweather ducked him. So, it's, you know, I know the Floyd Mayweather haters would pick this fight apart no matter what. If Floyd beat him, they would, like I said, it would be every excuse in the book. But if I was Floyd, I would consider the shit. I'm telling the honest to God truth. I'm just keeping the shit 100. I think Floyd could come out of retirement right now and beat Keith Thurman. I'm out.